The pendency of cases is one of the most troublesome situations that the judiciary of India is facing. And one of the reasons that we give for it is the long vacations that the judges go for. Today we will be discussing about it. Hello and welcome to the In Focus series section of Drishti IAS. I am Aisha Singh, and in today's video we will be talking about are the long court vacations right or wrong, and we will be discussing about all the aspects related to it. So first let us understand the timeline of the video. First we will be looking at the news, then what are court vacations, then the vacation benches that has recently been mentioned by the CJI of India, then what are court vacation criticism, that why the vacations should not be given, then what are the arguments in favor of the court vacations, practice in other countries, what is happening in the other countries, the global scenario, and then the reforms that has been suggested regarding the vacations in the Supreme Court. In the end, the mains practice question. This topic is of relevance from General Studies paper to Judiciary. See, this topic is majorly important from mains perspective, and you should be able to know that what are court vacations, what are the arguments in favor of it, and what are the arguments against it. So let's get started and see the news, and the news has been taken from the Indian Express, and it says court vacations, what are arguments for and against judges taking breaks. So we have very often seen in the news that the pendency of cases in our country, which has gone into the number of crores, is not getting lessened or is not getting solved. So one of the major reasons that has been given is, first of all, is that the number of judges in the Supreme Court is not up to the mark, and second is that the court vacations, the number of days the court works in our country is very less. So we need to increase it, and the vacation period needs to be decreased. So let's see that why this topic came into news. So recently what has happened, the Chief Justice of India, which is the 50th CJI, D.Y. Chandrachud, has said that the Supreme Court will not have a vacation bench this time. So first of all, you need to know that what is vacation bench and why the CJI has said that this time there will not be a vacation bench during the winter vacation period. So the judges often go on a break during the time of Christmas. So this time there will not be a vacation bench. The CJI has said this, and the CJI has said this because the Union Law Minister, which is Kiran Rijiju, has criticized the long vacations of the court and the inconvenience it caused to litigants, and the pending cases rise to record level every year. So this is what has happened, that the Law Minister has said that the long vacations of the Supreme Court is what causes inconvenience to the litigants, and we are seeing that with every passing year the number of cases, the pendency of cases is increasing, and this year during the winter vacation we will not be having the vacation bench. This is what has been said by the CJI. So first let us understand that what is court vacations. Okay, vacations, as we all know, what is it? That we take break from our working life or from our office. So that is what is vacations. And court vacations means the judiciary or the judges of the Supreme Court or the High Court, when they take break from their office, it means when they take break from the Supreme Court or the High Court, that is what is called court vacations. Or how many vacations are being given from the side of the judiciary, that is court vacations. So what is happening in India is that the Supreme Court, that is the apex and the highest court of the country, it works for around 193 days a year for its judicial functioning, and the high courts in our country are working for approximately 210 days in a year, and the trial courts are working for around 245 days. So these are the number of days that the Supreme Court, High Courts and the trial courts in our country are working. So if you will see that the Supreme Court is working for 193 days in a year, while if you will see there is like around 364 days in a year, and out of which for 193 days and around 193 days the Supreme Court is working. It means more than 150 days is going into vacations. So this is what is the issue that is always been raised, that the number of days the Supreme Court or the judiciary is working needs to be increased. Then the Supreme Court breaks its annual summer vacation. So what all are the times when the Supreme Court actually takes breaks? So first and foremost is there is a long summer vacation that the court goes for, and it is for around 7 weeks. And this is during the time of May to July. So 7 weeks, you can understand, is 50 plus days. It is almost 2 months. And then there is a week long break around Dussehra and Diwali, and then 2 weeks at the end of the December, that is at the time of Christmas and New Year. So all of this becomes very high number of offs, or very high number of holidays, or very high number of vacations that the judges of this country is getting. So this is what is the whole issue. Now let us talk about that what is vacation bench. This we discussed that the CJI has said that this for this winter vacation there will not be any vacation bench. This is what the CJI of the country has said. So now let us understand that what is vacation bench. Okay, see what is vacation bench. If you will go on to the terms, you will understand. Vacation means the time at which the office is not working, and bench means a set of people or a combination of 2-3 people which sits together and listen to and see to the court or the cases that is going on in the court. So if you will see that the bench which takes place during the vacation time is called vacation bench. This is very simple to know. So whenever there is summer vacation going on or winter vacation going on in the judiciary or in the Supreme Court or High Court, so is that at that point of time or that point of the vacation time, then the Supreme Court or the High Court is completely shut. If that happens, then if there is an emergency, then what will happen? If there is an emergency and the court needs to give its judgment, or this hearing needs to take place, then what happens in the court? Then what happens is the vacation bench sees the happening in the court. So few judges are available for hearing urgent cases. Then it is not a normal case. Then in the cases of urgent cases, a vacation bench takes place during the time when the court is not functioning normally, and even when the court is in recess. Then, and this vacation bench consists of a combination of 2 or 3 judges, which is called the vacation bench. So the bench which takes place or listens to the urgent cases, that is called vacation bench. Then they hear important cases that cannot wait, and the cases such as bail, eviction, etc., they often find precedence in listing before vacation benches. So what all are the important cases that cannot wait for the court to open again after its vacation? So those cases are heard by the vacation bench during the time of vacation when the court is not functioning. So this time during the winter vacation, the vacation bench will not take place. Like the vacation bench, few of the examples that has happened before is 5-judge bench of Supreme Court heard the challenge to the constitutional amendment setting of the NJAC during the summer vacation. Then again it happened in 2017 that the constitution bench was led by the then CJI J.S. Khehar. It also took place as vacation bench, and this held a 6-day hearing in the case challenging practice of triple talaq during summer vacation. So these are few of the examples of vacation bench which has taken place till now. Now let us come to the court vacation criticism. That what are the criticism, why the people say that the vacations should not be this long or court should not go for this long vacations. So first and foremost, as I've already said, is the mounting pendency of cases, we every single year we keep on hearing that the pendency of cases has gone on from thousands to lakhs to the number of cases in now crores, and the maximum number of cases is like Supreme Court has a pendency of cases, then High Court has pendency of cases, and then the lower court has pendency of cases. So this is what is the problem. Then pendency as on December 1 is 69,598 cases in the Supreme Court. This is what the pendency on December 1. And one of the other reasons is the slow judicial proceedings. We know that how much time the judicial proceedings actually take to reach to a decision or reach to a conclusion. It goes on for months and sometimes years also to reach to a single conclusion. So imagine that if one single case will take so much of time, then how much time the Supreme Court or the High Court or the judiciary of this country will be able to give to other cases. Then the colonial origins. So the pattern of vacations that we follow in judiciary is not what something we have given. No, what we are doing is we are following the old colonial rules which the Britishers used to follow during their time, and we have not got reforms in it, or we have not changed it according to ourselves or our country. We are just following it. So what used to happen at that point of time was the European judges of the Federal Court of India found Indian summers too hot, and that is why they used to take such long summer vacations of 7 to 8 weeks, and then they took the winter break for Christmas. This was the reason why they used to take such long breaks during summers and winters. While this is not the case with us, we do not have to follow these colonial origins, and this aspect of Indian summers being too hot is not something that we have problem with. Then in 2023, if we will see that the calendar for the year 2023 shows the court would not be fully functional for nearly 180 days. So in 2023, the Supreme Court will function for around 180 days, and 180 days, you can imagine that it is almost 50% of the whole year. So it means almost half a year the Supreme Court will be working. So this is what is creating problem, that already the pendency of cases is very high and it is increasing, while on the other hand the working days of the Supreme Court is very low. So it is said that if the working number of days of Supreme Court or the judiciary of this country increases, then it might help in the pendency of cases. Now let's see what are the arguments in favor of court vacations of, then why the court or why the judges need these vacations of. So they say that like all other professionals in all other fields, they take leaves, but the court or the judges do not take leaves like them. The judges do not take leave of absence like other working professionals. Like for example, family tragedies, health, and are rare exceptions. Apart from these, the judges, when the court is working, they cannot take leaves. So this is what they say, that when the court is working, then we are coming for almost all days and we are not taking leaves like what other professionals in other sectors are doing, except for the exceptions. Then when we get leaves, we need more number of leaves in one go. Second is the profession demands intellectual rigor and long working hours, so the vacations are needed for rejuvenation. And it is said that many a times the court proceedings goes on for many number of hours. So, and it is not that in every single day the number of working hours, if it is like for example 9 hours of work, then the court work finishes in those 9 hours. Many a times the person or the judge or the advocates have to sit for many long number of hours so that to solve the things. Then the judges utilize the vacation to write judgments. So many a times it is said that the vacations that the judges get, it is not that they are not doing anything in it. Many a times the judges are writing judgments in those vacations. Then the issue of pendency relates largely to legacy cases that need to be tackled systematically. And the pendency of cases that we talk about, so what is that actually pendency of cases? Is it the new cases that is majorly increasing the burden of the judiciary? No, this is not the case. So what is happening is the old cases which has been going on since years and years, those are the cases which are increasing the burden of the judiciary. So these are few of the arguments in favor. Now let us talk about the global scenario, what is going on in the other country. So first let us talk about India. See, in India, Supreme Court has the highest case load when we compare it to all the other major powers of the world and their Supreme Court, and the Indian Supreme Court works the most. So we will take into consideration the example of 2021. So in 2021, 29,739 cases were instituted before the Supreme Court. So these are the number of cases they took up, and out of those 29,000 cases, 24,586 cases were disposed of by the court in the same year, and this is the maximum if we compare it to the other Supreme Courts of other countries. Then if we talk about the United States of America's Supreme Court, then it has approximately 100 to 150 cases a year. And what in 2021 the Supreme Court of India has done, it has disposed of 24,000 around cases, while in the United States of America or the US, the Supreme Court is seeing only 100 to 150 cases a year, and they sit for oral arguments for 5 days a month. And now let us talk about the United Kingdom. Then the High Courts and Courts of Appeal sits for 185 to 190 days a year. So it is not that the Supreme Court of India or the judiciary of India is not sitting for more number of hours or more number of days. In the other major big countries also the same things are happening. And if we talk about the number of cases disposed, then the Supreme Court of India is working the maximum. Now let us talk about the reforms that has been talked about till now in when we talk about the court vacations. So first let us discuss about the Justice Malimath Committee. They discussed about the vacation period should be reduced by 21 days. Vacation period should be reduced by 21 days. Like for if you will say in a year the vacation is for 150 days, then it should be reduced by 21 days. Then the vacation should be around 130 days. For example, I am saying this. And the Supreme Court work for 206 days and the High Courts for 231 days every year. This is what the Justice Malimath Committee has said. Then let's talk about the Law Commission of India. What they have said in its 230th report is what they have said is vacations in the higher judiciary are to be curtailed by at least 10 to 15 days. Then they are also saying that the vacation needs to decrease by 10 to 15 days and the working hours should be extended by at least half an hour. The number of days working, the court vacations should decrease by 10 to 15 days and every day the number of working hours should increase by half an hour. This is what the Law Commission of India in its 230th report has said. Now let's talk about what the Supreme Court has notified in 2014 is in its new rules was the period of summer vacation shall not exceed 7 weeks from the earlier 10-week period. So now what we see that the judges which they are going on for 7 week vacations during the summer vacations is less. Earlier it was 10-week period. So this was way more. Already we have reduced from 10 weeks to 7 weeks. Then let's talk about the former CJI R.M. Lodha. What he has said is that keep the Supreme Court, High Courts and trial courts open around the year. So the former CJI has said that the Supreme Court and the High Courts and the trial courts of the country should be working almost around the year. Then it needs to be seen whether how the rotation of judges can take place so that the Supreme Court or the judiciary can work for throughout the year. Now let us talk about the way forward. What can be done? First is the increasing strength of judicial service. This has always been in news that the number of judges needs to be increased at the Supreme Court and the High Court level, and the government needs to take this into consideration very seriously, because the number of cases are increasing, and if the strength of the judiciary will not increase, then how the process will be strengthened or how the process will be made fast. Then avoid unnecessary PILs which are not that necessary but are taking undue time of the apex court of the country. Then these kind of PILs should be avoided. Then promoting alternate dispute resolution systems. One of the most important way forward is that the alternate dispute resolution systems needs to be increased and needs to be promoted in our country, so that the burden on the apex court and the burden on the judiciary can be decreased, and all the cases which can be handled otherwise also need not go into the court. For example, Lok Adalats and Gram Nyayalayas, these needs to be promoted, and Lok Adalat, as we know, solves a many number of cases in one go. So now in the end, let's talk about the mains practice question, and this question is for 150 words, and it says that courts are sitting on a pendency bomb and it has never been more urgent to strengthen the Indian judiciary. Discuss. So the command given here is discuss, and what you need to talk about is that for the strengthening of the Indian judiciary, what can be done so that the pendency of cases issue gets decreased. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading and keep writing.